Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving into one of the most important topics in web development, that is REST API. So, as you can see from this image, REST API basics are shown here clearly. You can see here, first of all, I will explain what does REST API means. So, REST stands for representational state transfer, and API means application programming interface. Now, in simple words, a REST API allows two software systems to talk each other and over the internet, usually by sending and receiving data in JSON or XML format. So you can think of it like a messenger that carries information between two applications, and on the left of the image, you can see stick figures representing clients, and these are users or applications that can send HTTP requests to the server. So these requests are made using common HTTP methods like create, like post, get, put, and delete. For example, when a client send a get request, right? So a request to all users, the REST API receive it, and it process it and send back a list of users as a response. So when a post request is sent to new user, the API creates a new user in the database, and a patch request similarly. So patch request, what will it do? It updates a specific user details, and middle part of the image show how API interact with database, and it queries the data it needs and send response back to the client in JSON format. So just like the code snippet, so this is an example of how REST API request looks. So let's break it down in simple terms. Like at the top, you can see we have endpoint, which is basically URL of the API. So here HTTPS colon slash API URL.com slash review slash new. Think of it like address where you are sending your request, and next you can see this is HTTP method, which is in the case of post. That means we are trying to create or send new data to the server here. So it's a new review. So below that, you can see we have the HTTP header section, and headers are, you can think of it like extra pieces of information that tell the server like how to handle the request. For example, here it's given content type application slash JSON. So it means we are sending data in JSON format, which will accept in application JSON. Means we want the server to send the response back in JSON too. And authorization, basic a base 64 string, which is used for authentication. It proves that the user sending the request has permission to do so. Finally, at the bottom, we have body section of the request. This is where we include the actual data we want to send. So here it's a review object with a title, description, and rating. So when this post request is sent, it tells the API to create a new review with the title Great Article, with description so easy to follow, and a rating of 5. So this image basically shows how all the parts of an API request, the endpoint, method, headers and body work together to send a structured information to a server. Now let's understand this by taking real life example application like Swiggy. So as you can see from this image, like this is an example of how Swiggy's REST API works behind the scene. So when you open Swiggy application and search for restaurants near you, so the application sends a GET request to Swiggy's REST API, something like https slash www.swiggy.com slash DAPI slash restaurants list version 5. So along with your location details such as latitude and longitude, the API then talks to Swiggy's database and send back data in JSON format like this. So basically just like the one shown here, with restaurant names and timings, ratings, and other details. Similarly, when you click on a restaurant, another API call like menu uh, uh, pie fetches that restaurant's full menu. So all of this happen instantly because Swiggy's system is built on microservice architecture. So microservice is other things. Yeah, I have to explain this in other video. Just suppose microservices in simple words like, so microservices, you understand this by this image given. So Swiggy system is basically, you can understand it as it's broken into many small independent services so that each do one job like handling orders. One service can handle orders, other one can handle payments or delivery tracking, because these services work independently but communicate seamlessly. So everything happens instantly and smoother for you in microservice architecture. And many more examples, just like Swiggy, we have Uber app, Google Maps, which API used to get live traffic data and calculate routes and estimate arrival time. Similarly, in Spotify, we used REST API like one shown here. Let's API access song. It helps to access playlist and even control playbacks. While Instagram basic display API allows apps to fetch videos, photos, and account data for analytics or scheduling posts. So in short, REST API act as a bridge which connects different applications and helps them share data smoothly. So they are basically backbone of the modern web, powering everything from ride sharing application to a streaming platform. So if this explanation helped you understand REST APIs better, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more simple tech explainers, and comment below if you would like me to make a video on how to build your own REST API and on different topics which you want to understand. Thank you for watching.